Today's video is about Mao Zedong, a figure who left a profound impact on the 20th century. We begin our exploration with Mao's early years, a period that shaped his thoughts, beliefs, and ultimately, his destiny. Born in 1893, Mao Zedong grew up in a peasant family in the small village of Shaoshan, nestled in Hunan province, China. The Zedong family led a humble life. Their survival hinged on the fruits of their labor in the rice fields. This first-hand experience with agrarian life would later influence Mao's political ideologies. Young Mao's education wasn't the conventional schooling we're familiar with today. His early education was steeped in the Confucian classics, a staple of traditional Chinese schooling. However, his thirst for knowledge extended beyond the boundaries of conventional wisdom. His interest peaked. He began to devour a wide range of books from ancient Chinese literature to modern Western philosophies. It was during these formative years that Mao's interest in politics began to kindle. He was particularly moved by the stories of rebellion against the Qing dynasty and the revolutionary heroes who advocated for a democratic and modern China. These stories left an indelible mark on Mao, stirring in him a strong desire to bring about social and political change. As a teenager, Mao left Shaoshan for the city of Changsha, where he continued his education and deepened his understanding of the world. His exposure to new ideas and the stark realities of Chinese society further fueled his political ambitions. He was especially drawn to the works of radical intellectuals who criticized the imperial government and proposed radical reforms. Through this journey of self-discovery and learning, Mao developed a revolutionary perspective that would ultimately shape the course of Chinese history. His early life was a crucible of sorts, forging the ideological foundation upon which he would build his revolutionary career. Young Mao's curiosity and passion for reading laid the groundwork for his ideological journey. Mao's intellectual journey took a significant turn when he moved to the city. Our tale unfolds in the bustling metropolis of Beijing, where Mao Zedong found himself immersed in a melting pot of ideas and ideologies. This vibrant intellectual climate was a far cry from his rural origins, and it was here that he first encountered the Western political theories that would shape his future. The May 4th movement of 1919 was a pivotal moment in China's modern history. It was a sweeping wave of anti-imperialist sentiment and fervor for political and social reform that surged across the nation. Mao, then a young library assistant at Beijing University, was deeply inspired by this nationwide awakening. The movement's call for a rejection of traditional Chinese values in favor of Western democracy and science resonated deeply with him. But it was not democracy that would captivate Mao's political imagination for long. Instead, the young intellectual was drawn to a new ideology that promised to liberate the oppressed and bring about a just society, Marxism. The idea of a classless society where wealth and power were shared equally among the people ignited a spark in Mao. He saw in it a solution to the social inequality and economic hardships he had seen in his rural upbringing. In 1921, Mao was among the 50 members who founded the Chinese Communist Party. His role was not prominent at first, but his dedication to the communist cause and his talent for strategic thinking soon propelled him up the party ranks. Mao's ideological transformation had begun, marking the start of a new chapter in Chinese history. From the moment he embraced Marxism, Mao Zedong's destiny was irrevocably tied to that of his nation. His ideological journey, from a humble peasant to a fervent believer in communism, was just the beginning of a path that would lead him to become one of the most influential figures of the 20th century. Mao's journey from a party member to the leader of the People's Republic of China was marked by struggle and tenacity. Let's delve into the tumultuous era of the mid-20th century, where Mao's resilience and strategic acumen truly shone. The Long March, a year-long retreat undertaken by the Red Army, was a testament to Mao's leadership. The Red Army, under constant attack by the nationalist forces, persevered through harsh conditions. It was during this march that Mao emerged as the key leader of the Communist Party, his strategy and charisma captivating the hearts of both his comrades and the peasants they encountered. However, the Long March was just the beginning. The civil war against the nationalists was a brutal conflict that ravaged China for nearly a decade. Mao's guerrilla warfare strategies and the Red Army's close ties with the peasantry proved pivotal. Mao's belief in a peasant-led revolution was a departure from the traditional Marxist doctrine. But it was this unique strategy that resonated with the vast rural population of China, providing the Communist Party with a significant advantage. As the Civil War reached its climax, the tide began to turn in Mao's favor. The nationalists, led by Chiang Kai-shek, were losing ground. By 1949, Mao's Red Army had gained control over most of mainland China. The People's Republic of China was proclaimed on October 1, 1949, with Mao Zedong at its helm. This marked the end of a long journey for Mao, from a young librarian in Beijing to the leader of a nation. His rise to power was not an easy one, and it was certainly not without controversy. Nevertheless, his influence was undeniable. His strategies, both in warfare and in politics, reshaped the course of Chinese history. Mao Zedong had ascended to power, ready to implement his vision for a new China. Now let's move forward to explore the impact of Mao's reign and the legacy he left behind. Mao's reign was a time of significant upheaval and transformation in China. The seeds of his vision took root and forever altered the landscape of the nation. With a fiery spirit, Mao implemented policies that would shape the destiny of the country. His first major policy, the Great Leap Forward, was a radical plan to modernize China's economy. Mao sought to transform China from an agrarian society into a booming industrial powerhouse. Communes of thousands of people were established, with citizens contributing to the collective good. However, the policy was not without its challenges. The ambitious targets set were often unrealistic, leading to widespread famine and economic downturn. Then came the Cultural Revolution, perhaps the most tumultuous period in modern Chinese history. Mao called for a purge of capitalist roaders and counter-revolutionaries, leading to a decade of chaos and violence. Schools were shut down, intellectuals were persecuted, and historical relics were destroyed. The Cultural Revolution was a stark testament to the extremes of Mao's ideology, and its impact on Chinese society was profound. Yet, Mao's reign was not just a tale of hardship and turmoil. He united a fragmented country, laying the foundation for the modern Chinese state. He championed women's rights, promoted literacy, and improved healthcare. Under his leadership, China emerged on the global stage, securing a permanent seat at the United Nations Security Council. Nevertheless, Mao's policies have stirred controversy. Critics argue that his drastic measures led to unnecessary suffering and loss of life. Others, however, contend that his leadership was necessary to unify China and propel it towards modernity. Whether revered or reviled, the influence of Mao's reign is undeniable. His decisions have left an indelible mark on China, shaping its trajectory and identity. The effects of his rule continue to reverberate, shaping the China we know today. Mao's policies reshaped China, but they also left a controversial legacy. His influence, for better or worse, continues to echo in the annals of history. Mao Zedong, a peasant's son, transformed himself into the leader of a nation. Born into a farmer's family in Hunan, Mao's journey from a humble background to the helm of a nation is a tale of resilience, determination, and unwavering belief in his ideologies. He charted his own course, embracing Marxism and laying the foundation for modern China as we know it. His ideological evolution was a significant turning point, shaping his political strategies and the destiny of China. Rising to power through the tumultuous periods of the Chinese Revolution and the Civil War, Mao's leadership was marked by both triumphs and tribulations. His reign saw the establishment of the People's Republic of China, major policy shifts and cultural upheavals. In the annals of history, Mao's legacy remains a complex tapestry of transformation and turmoil. His influence permeates the very fabric of Chinese society and beyond. Mao Zedong's life was a testament to the power of ideology and determination. His influence on China and the world continues to be felt today.